What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into the infinite frontier, and that is with Robin issue number 11. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this line. And with issue number 11, we are finally bringing this story arc to its close. And with the League of Lazarus story coming to an end, we are diving into something brand new that is going to really cross over with a lot of our other comics that are currently ongoing. More specifically, Task Force Z, Suicide Squad, and a handful of other comics. But where we last left off was Ra's al Ghul making his attack with Talia al Ghul, the two of them teaming up to take down Ra's al Ghul's mother. Be sure to buy the comics, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 11, we are picking up with the Leagues making their attack against the League of Lazarus. And at this point, Damian, he is really confused on why Talia is here. Now, he understands what Ra's al Ghul is doing, going after Mother Soul, going after his own mother, finally doing what he should have always done, or at least that is what he is letting her know. But Talia, she lets Damian know that there has been a lot that is going on, and while she knew he was at this island, that there is a lot they need to sit down and talk about. But this is where we see Damian, he interferes with Ra's al Ghul, stepping in front of Mother Soul and letting it be known that she will not be struck down this day. Damian really confused on why Ra's al Ghul decided now of this entire time to make his attack, after his help is no longer needed, after Mother Soul has already been defeated. Why have you come here? But also letting it be known that if you have come to strike down Mother Soul, you will have to go through me first. Ra's al Ghul, of course, finding this laughable but admirable, letting him know that he will grant his wish. Mother Soul, she will live at least for the time being. With her being drug away and being imprisoned, she is going to be questioned much later on. And so with her being carted away, Talia lets it be known that all of the Leagues, they need to come and they need to join them right now. To gather all of the leaders, gather everyone you can, and bring them here to the League of Lazarus. And what brought everybody here was the Lazarus resin. The resin that we have seen throughout DC Comics. That Amanda Waller, Two-Face, all of these individuals, they have been using it as their new Suicide Squad serum. That if one of their members die, they can bring them back to life. And that is their reward. Their reward is coming back to life. And if they do a good job long enough, they say that they will give them the permanent serum to keep them alive forever. And so what has brought everybody here is that this resin, it is making its way across the globe. It is one of the highest commodities when it comes to drugs. And it wasn't until the tournament had ended that the island revealed itself and they figured out that this was the location that it was coming from. But with Master Dusk making his getaway, fleeing as soon as the attack had happened, Talia says that she will go hunt him down. But Damian, he has other plans, saying that him and his friends, they are gonna go hunt him down because they have unfinished business. And as all five of them begin to walk off, Talia is actually quite surprised because Damian just referred to all of them as his friends. Something that Damian just doesn't have, because he doesn't connect well with people. But here on this island, in this tournament, he has made some legitimate friends. But with the five of them walking off and going to look for Master Dusk, Ravager has to ask the question. With her and Respawn off to the side by themselves, she wants to know, who are you? Who is under the mask? With nobody around, Respawn, he takes off his mask revealing a young appearing individual with white hair. Maybe, quite possibly, the son of Deathstroke? That's my first initial thought as soon as I see him. But maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's something else. But whoever it is, Ravager quickly realizes that they need to get him out of here. They need to get him out of here before anybody else realizes who he is underneath that mask. Meanwhile, Connor Hawke, he is looking up and down for Master Dusk, picking up some kind of trail. It leads him up on top of a building. Getting inside, he hears the voice of Lady Shiva, and she has come more or less just to congratulate him on winning the tournament. But she also lets him know that this is not the end and that there is another tournament. That is all she lets him know, and then she takes off. And so Connor, not really knowing what to do with this information, we pick up with Talia. And what she is telling all of the leagues is that there is no more separation. The League of Lazarus, the League of Shadows, all of the leagues, they are now known as the Shadows. They are all under one organization, letting all of them know that if they wish to leave, they have 24 hours to do so. You have 24 hours to make up your mind on this one-time offer, but also lets them know that if you leave, you will become our enemy. Meanwhile, down in the dungeons, we have Ra's al Ghul trying to have some kind of conversation with his mother, because the information that they are seeking is about the Lazarus resin, about the trade that she has built up, being able to import and export throughout any country, any city in the world. They need to know the ins and outs of the business so that they can shut it down. And so while they try to get as much information out of her as they possibly can, that's where we pick up with Robin and Flatline. The two of them walking through this market looking for any sign of the master, with them picking up some small traces of him. Connor meets up with them to let them know he has also found traces. Knowing he is nearby, they peek around a corner, and this is where they find Master Dusk. And he lets them know that he trained all of them fantastically, that they are all great warriors, but he also knows their limitations. He knows their capabilities. And so without wasting any time, with Master Dusk goons coming in from behind them, Damian lets both of them know that we are not here to kill. We are here to knock these guys out and bring in Master Dusk. And so as they all begin to brawl, we see the three of them, they work fantastic together. Easily dispatching of all of these goons, they quickly take down Master Dusk. And with this fight being won, we see the arrival of Talia. Not only her, but some of the other kids and individuals that had joined this tournament. And Flatline, right now she wants to celebrate. They all want to celebrate. They just lived through a tournament they weren't supposed to live through. They have cheated death and they are ready to go out and have some fun. And before Talia is able to say, we don't do that, we don't party, Damian is 100% on board, saying that they all need to blow off some steam, they need to go have some fun. And that's what takes us to the after party. Everyone chilling, having a good time, but also recognizing that Respawn and Ravager, they have both left. Not really sure what they are up to or what they are getting themselves into. Flatline finally asks the question, what is up with that manga that you carry around? Why is it so important to you that you keep it a secret from everyone else? And the truth is, this is something that Damian has just to himself. Something that no one really knows about him. Something that he can just have to him, and no one else has to have concern about it. No one can make fun of him. No one can tease him. This is something that's just part of his identity. Part of the identity that is Damian. That's not Robin. And as the two sit here and they discuss this, they also discuss how right now they are tied. Flatline has killed Robin once. Robin has killed Flatline once. Needing a tiebreaker, we see this joking manner is slowly turns into the two of them going in, and we see them kiss. With Ra's al Ghul and Talia watching from a distance, Ra's al Ghul says that he really does take after his father. But that'll take us to the next day, with Flatline and Robin trying to figure out what they're gonna do next. Now Flatline, she is headed back and she is going to continue her training. Damian, on the other hand, he is going to go back home to Gotham, but he's not going back to help out Batman. He is going back because of the Lazarus resin, and he says that there is something that he needs to do. Holding the Lazarus resin in his hand, we are shown the tombstone of Alfred Pennyworth. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, I really did enjoy this story arc. It was essentially an 11-issue story arc, but it really was a lot of fun. And it built up Damian's character a whole heck of a lot. Not only that, we finally got to see him kiss Flatline. They have been teasing that relationship, and they really do, they're just so cute together. Two little teens just hanging out, having a good time, and we have a completely innocent and wonderful kiss between the two. But the biggest takeaway from this, actually there's a couple of big takeaways. One of them being all of the leagues are now under one organization known as the Shadows. Secondly, Damian is headed back, and it's kind of foreshadowing the return of Alfred Pennyworth. Now, it's going to be very curious to see how that works, especially with this Lazarus resin, because this stuff's not perfected yet. You'll find out more about that in Task Force Z, but the truth of the matter is they haven't found a way to make it permanent yet. Aside from just completely dipping them in the Lazarus pit itself, this Lazarus resin, it works a little bit differently. And so the question that is still lingering in the air, is Robin going to resurrect Alfred Pennyworth? Personally, I hope he doesn't. I love Alfred Pennyworth. I think he is an amazing character. But sometimes characters do need to die. And I think bringing him back using Lazarus resin, I think it would be a really big mistake. Though I'm not opposed to the idea of bringing Alfred back to life eventually, I think we need to wait a while. Let it really seep in. Let it really sink into all of our heroes. Because we have seen how it has affected all of our Bat family, from Nightwing to Damian to Batman. And so to resurrect him so quickly, I think it would be a grave mistake. No pun intended. But we'll see what happens in the next issue. Though they're foreshadowing that we know comic books, and we know that they could definitely just be giving us a misdirect, which I really think that's what they're doing. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell. Make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And until the next breakdown.